All right, welcome back everyone. Now, after creating the database, what we have to do now is to, we want to be able to move the URL, the title, the whatever, the description and whatever to the database. Remember, we are not moving the video itself. It is the URL of the video that we will be moving to the database. Okay, that is kind of when we say URL, I mean kind of link. We are going to move the link, not the video itself, because if you move the video itself, it's just too large. Understand? So we, as I said earlier, we store the video somewhere in the computer or in the server. Then when we server is software, not the hardware. So we store the file itself somewhere in the computer, then link to it. It is that link that we save in the database. So before we do that, we have to first of all be able to connect to the database. And before we connect to the database, we need a database connection file. So what we will do now is to go to the includes. Then in the includes, we'll create another file. We'll create a new file. We'll call it db that is database connection dbconn. Remember, you see the this C, the camel case. Pay attention to that. PHP. All right, now we're here. We of course bring up the PHP tag. Then one other thing I want to say is this: if the file we are dealing with at the moment, I mean, it is only PHP code that will be there. Then we don't need to put the closing tag. If it if it is if it is that we need to mix in one file, or yes, in one file we'll be mixing both PHP and HTML codes, then we have to close provide a closing tags. It's a bit like this is the closing opening tag of this H1, and this is the closing tag. So it's a bit the same thing. All right, don't let that confuse you, please. So we now have to supply the credentials that are needed to be able to connect to our database. All right, so let me get them. All right, so now we have them. Is this we'll first of all start from this the server name variable. So this variable now we assign to it localhost. So we say we use localhost because we are hosting it locally. We are doing everything within our own computer. We are not sending it to some web host somewhere around the world, like let's say GoDaddy, HostGator, or is it 000 web host, or triple zero web host, or something. Forgotten exactly what their name is. So if we are using any of those web hosts, then we put their name or their own credential. I don't know exactly what it is called. Then the next one is the username, the variable of the username. What is the username? Root. Then the password is empty. Database, it shouldn't be empty, all right? Because we have a database, and that database has a name. So we will have to connect to that database. So how do we get it? If you can remember, when we created the database, we gave it a name. So let's get it. All right. This is the this is the old one, all right? Don't mind this one, but here is the one we created, or we created the last section. So here is the name of the database, vidshare. So let me just copy it. Okay, this is the table. All right, the table is inside the database. All right, now I will just have to paste it here. Now the credentials are complete. So all what we have to do now is to be able to organize all of these things so that we'll be able to connect to our database, and that is what we are going to do next. So we make a variable called con, which is connection. Then we assign to it this function. This function called MySQL underscore connect or MySQL connect. So it will open a new connection to the MySQL server. All right, that is the database. It will open a connection to that server, and it expects 4 arguments: the server name, this username, the password, and the database. All right, now we have been able to organize it to do the connection, to open the connection. But then a problem might arise. So if we are not able to connect, what do? We'll have to kill the whole, or kind of, we'll have to terminate the whole exercise. We terminate the program. All right, so let me bring up the code for that one. So we check the connection to see if it is working. Now we say if this connection, if there is a connection error, which means we are not able to connect. So this is an object, and this one is one of the, is it one of the attributes or something? One of the attributes of this remember, oh come on, remember this is a variable, and in this variable we store this. Okay, so this if there is a connection error, then we have to terminate the program by saying di, by supplying the the die function. So, and we say connection failed. Then the connection failed string, then we will add to it the connection error. What kind of error did it generate? Understand? So if there is an error, kill the program, then tell us what happened. Then again, you should echo connection to database failed. Then terminate the program and forget about everything. Now let me save it. Okay, now we are done with the connection, the database connection file. So let's move on. Let's move on by going back to filehandler.php, because what we are going to do now is to move all of these things to, we have connected, then we are going to move this to the what is it called, the database. But before then, we have to import this file. In JavaScript we say import, but in PHP we say, I think we say what's it called again, include. Wait, let me check please. Yes, it is include. We include. You might say, okay, how am I forgetting this?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
The worst thing you can do as a programmer is to try to memorize code. We don't memorize code. All of these things you are seeing here, none of them is in my head. Once I am done with it, I'm done with it. So if I need to, if I run into a problem and I know, I remember that I've, handled such a problem in the past, I'll simply go back to the things I've done before and see. But if it is to memorize code, you will be wasting your time. So you don't memorize code, okay? So simply say include. All right. What do we include? We include this what's it called? This file. So once you include it, you are now bringing it into this file. You are now joining the two files together as one. So include, first of all, let's go to this place, rename, then select all of them, copy, go back here, then okay, I'm done with this. Include, then because it will be a string, it will be imported as a string, then include dbcon.php. Where is dbcon? Is this one here. The reason why I didn't do it like this, if you understand it, tell me why in the comments. But anyway, let me just say it. It's simply because both files are in the same folder. All right, both files are in the same folder. So these are little things that can make or mar your experience. I'm not saying that it will stop you from being a programmer. No, it's not. but just these small these little things here and there that we might just ignore. All right, so we now have the connection folder. Now we will try to communicate with the MySQL database. All right, so first of all, let me move to database. Before we do that, we'll first of all make a variable called SQL. All right, so SQL, this is what SQL should contain. Let me remove this, please. There is an error here. If you are observant, where is that error coming from? Let me wait. You can pause the video and think of it. Anyway, no problem. So, anyway, sorry guys, I made a mistake. I made a mistake, all right? The error, anyway, the error is, so let me go to view word wrap so that's, kind of, what is it, carriage return level or something, when you're using the old typewriter. So SQL, we say insert into videos. Okay, where do we get these videos? Think. We get the videos here. So videos, this is the tree. Okay, so we insert into, remember we have already connected to this one connects to the database, which is vidshare. Okay, now we will now we are inside the database. So in that database there is a tree called videos, which corresponds to this one, videos. All right, then we insert into videos. What are we inserting into videos? We have the video URL, the video description, title. So where do these ones come from? These ones are simply the what is it? Let's go to structure. These are, here they are. Okay, you have the ID, you don't touch it. This one the computer does it on its own. Then we have the title, we have the description, we have the video URL. This one the computer does it on its own. So we are take this one these three are the ones we are in control of. So which corresponds to video URL, video description. I think I made a mistake here. Not video description, please. Description. All right. So video URL. Let's confirm that it is correct. So title, description, video URL. Video URL, description, title. So it doesn't matter how you do the system will do everything on its own. But okay, now we are coming to that. Then the values. What are we actually going to insert in these columns? So we have to insert the video name. The video name, correct. This one now it has to correspond. All right. So if you put the video URL first, you must put the video name because that is the link to the video. All right. Then the description. This one comes second. Then the title. Where do we get these things from? The video name is from here. New video name, sorry, is from here. Then the description is from here. Remember, you got it from the user. All right. Then the title also from the user. In fact, the title. Okay, no, don't worry. I've already talked so much about that. So with this now, we'll be able to insert data into the database. So after the insertion, or in fact, it is not now we are going to do the insertion. All right, we have to do something first. So my SQLi query, What does it do? It performs a query on the database. This is actually where I believe this is where the insertion actually happens. So this one we are connecting to the database, and this one is the insertion. Where does this one come from? It comes from here. In case you have forgotten, look at it here. Okay, this is the to establish a connection or to open the server. All right. So now we are doing the insertion and the querying and all whatnot. So after all that, what happens? What the system has to do now is to move you to another location. Okay. So how does, if you can remember, how do we move somebody to another location? How do we move the user to another location? The answer is right there, header. So simple. So in this case, we are moving the person or the what's it called, the user, to the index or to the home page, because that is where he will get to see the files that he has uploaded. All right. So now let us test to see if everything is working. At least from the IDE, I see there is no error. I save, there is no error. Here there is no error too. So at least we are in the right direction. So let's test it. So let me go to upload. Okay, now let me choose, let me just supply the title to anyone. No, let me just, now let me choose a file. All right, so upload. There is an error. So it says unknown error description file. Okay. All right. There is an error somewhere here. So let me solve it. I'm coming. So let me see. Description. So this description has a problem. So here it says description. All right. Now let's go to the database. Videos. Okay. Structure. Okay. Look at it. You see where the problem is now? Remember, I made a typo. Instead of di, I went over there and foolishly wrote or typed de. So we'll have to correct that immediately. So change, where is it? No, come on, pay attention, please. Not you, me. I don't know what is wrong, what's going on with me. Description, all right, change. All right, so let me just copy this one, copy, then go back there, take this one away, then paste. Description. Which one is correct? Is it this? Is it DE or DI? Oh, I don't even know anymore. So save. Now let's try it again. No. Let's try it again. All right. You see, it has moved me to the home page now. There is nothing in the home page to prove that. Look at it. It's just this. Nothing. No. Really. I just wanted to put these things there so that we will know where we are. All right. So we have been moved to the home page. Now let's check the database to see if we have actually inserted something there or it's just playing us around. So now we are in the database. Nothing has changed. Let me refresh. It says request method not allowed. Let me try again. All right. So I simply went to the and clicked it here. So here is the, remember, I typed just nonsense there. Okay. Here is the video file. Okay. Now let's check the folder to see if we will now get, see. Okay. So how many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's try it again to see if there is any error. So I'll just go back. Now let me type something that makes sense. title. Let me call this one title. Then call this one let me I know what to do. Just watch out. I say lorem ipsum. Lorem ipsum 10 tab. Alright. Now let me copy all of this. Or let me cut them. So go straight to the description. Let's remove this one, then paste. Let me choose another file. Alright. Now let me upload. Okay. Now let's check. You see it? Okay. Title, lorem ipsum. Exactly what I typed a while ago. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Everything is working perfectly. Now we'll have to stop here. Okay. Because I like doing it little by little like this so that it will make sense, because I love to explain rather than just typing. Yeah, I believe it will, even though it will be, it seems a bit boring, but just calm down and listen and get the tricks and tips. You will go places, honestly. So thank you so much. Next time we'll start from the. I think where we are going to start from right now is to try to read, to read the database and populate the index page with it. Okay? So thank you so much for your time. See you next time, and goodbye.